Hey family, I'm back for the second video with encouraging dreams I want to share with you guys. Um, so let's just jump right in it. So on November 2nd, I had this dream. I was running to get home. Like now I was running, I was sprinting, and I was running through the streets, and I was sprinting fast, like as fast as I could go, as fast as I could run. And I went to turn, like I was going so fast that I went to turn onto the crossing street. Like I came up to an intersection and I went to turn on the crossing street. But I was going so fast that I had to grab onto the traffic light pole so that I could swing myself onto the direction of the street that I was trying to go onto. And every time I felt like I was going to get tired and stop, I got another wind of breath and I sped back up. So I felt that was very clear that the Lord was telling me that He's giving me strength, He's giving me endurance, He's giving me the power to endure. I'm going to get, yes, He knows I'm getting tired. He knows we are getting tired in the body. We're getting tired. We're running, we're sprinting, we're trying to get home, and we're running this race and we're getting tired, but He's giving us endurance. He's giving us a second win. He's giving us another win each time we get tired so that we can continue to run, continue to sprint as fast as we can to get home. So just keep that in mind. So then on November 3rd, I had this dream where I was driving down this country road, and I feel as though it was a country road. Um, I'm not sure, but I feel as though it was a country road, and I was surrounded by forests on both sides of the road, and I was driving at this very high speed, and I felt like I couldn't control the car or slow it down, and I knew I was going to go out of control if I didn't slow it down, and there was a curve coming up. So I had got on the curve, and the car started to fishtail and spin out of control, and I started spinning. The car was spinning around, and I thought I was going to crash into a tree and die. Then as I was spinning, I saw out the window these angels appeared in the street, and these angels were in white robes and they had big white wings, and they were standing on both sides of the roads, like going down, like right next to each other, and their wings were open, spread like this, and the tips of the wings were touching each other. And I felt like they were expanded out, like they were trying to catch me, like they were forming a barrier that would catch me. And it made me think of the verse that says that they will bear us up so that we won't dash our foot against a stone. And I got excited that the Lord allowed me to see them there. Then the car had went into the woods and it slammed into a tree backwards. And then I had woke up into another dream. So it was a double dream. And when I woke up, I was in the bed and I knew that the day had restarted. And I was telling someone about it, about the dream. Um, I was so and I was praising the Lord for letting me see those angels, that those angels were there for protection, forming like a hedge around me. So I thought this was actually kind of interesting because this is almost very similar to what happened to me years ago when I was 17, and I got into my first car accident. I was driving. It was during the winter, and I was leaving from my girlfriend's house to go to back to school for track practice, and I was speeding trying to get there because I was running late and I didn't want to get in trouble and have to run extra laps. So I had I got to a traffic light, and I went to go around. There was a tractor trailer in front of me, and I went around it to the right to pass it, which was a really bad idea. But I went around it to pass it, and the street was two lanes, but it started to form into one lane. So I was trying to go fast before it got to one lane, and I was like stuck on the side of this truck. So, but I didn't notice until I got on the side of the truck to pass it that there was this huge mound of snow sitting there. Um, and at that point, I really couldn't do anything but try to slow down. So I tried to slow down, but I hit the mound of snow and I started to fishtail, and the car it went to the left, and then it went to the right, and it went to the left again, and on the left side was the oncoming traffic, and then right before it went completely into the oncoming traffic, it spun to the right, and it spun around backwards. The car spun around backward, or actually no, it spun like with the passenger side going into the woods, and I'm smacking trees down as this is happening, and then it spun completely around backwards, and I hit this tree, this huge tree, and the car lifted up on the back, smashing into the tree, and the car was it was completely totaled, and I was fine. The car was complete. At the time, all I was thinking about was that my car was smashed up. But um, the driver's side door was smashed in, so I couldn't even open it. I had to climb through the window. When the cop got there, when the police got there, he helped me get through the window, and the whole trunk was smashed in. So if I would have hit that tree head on, it would have smashed the in towards the engine, which might have blown up the car on for one. And if it didn't do that, it would have smashed my legs. Um, so God was completely there in that whole scenario, and I feel as though the Lord was showing me, in a sense, what happened in that moment. That there were angels on the sides of the roads keeping me from smashing into the oncoming traffic or smashing head on to that tree. So God's just been with me even when I wasn't even thinking about him. He's been there with us. So hold on a second. My tablet just went off, so I gotta turn it back on to see what I'm trying to read to you guys. Give me 1 second. So the next dream I had that same night, I was talking to a person where I could only see their head, and I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman because the face looked soft like a female, but it also had a full black beard. And he or she was telling me that there was no more lower levels of danger and that there were only high levels now. Almost like the danger levels, the threat levels, like that the United States has, or maybe just be the whole world. But anyway, but those threat levels, like the terrorism threat levels, like the level orange and red and yellow, like that kind of level. But in the dream, I was told that it was like, I can't think of what it is at the moment. Like it was numbered, and it was numbered from like 1 to 5 or something like that. And I was told that the lower level, there was no more lower levels of danger, and we were only left with high levels right now. So I thought that was something that I should definitely share. So then on November 5th, I had a dream where I saw a woman walking with some other beings, and they were on some type of dimensional plane. Um, and I heard that she was, or I didn't hear that she was, but I heard high ranking saint. And I thought they were talking about the woman, but it could also been talking about myself, but that's another story. But I heard high ranking saint, and then I saw a portal open up. Like it was an actual portal, this oval shaped black hole portal, and I knew they were walking towards this portal. And then I knew that she was going to God to ask him for something. So I felt as though the Lord was allowing me to see something that happens now and something that's going to happen, um, where as though that's how this is how it'll work in a sense at some point, that we'll be able to literally cross dimensions and go through these gates, these doors, these portals, to go speak with God when we need to ask him about something. Um, which I also know that we'll be able to just mentally talk to him like in like a telepathic connection, where we'll just be able to just connect and then talk back and forth like that. But I thought that was it was a really cool dream, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So again, um, I feel as though that the Lord's been giving me much encouragement to get through the things that I'm going through, and I hope these dreams have helped you guys, even if it's been a little bit. Um, the times are definitely getting really rough, really tough, but just hold tight, guys. Hold tight. We'll be getting out of here soon, and whether that's tomorrow, a year from now, 100 years from now, whatever it is, just trust in the Lord. Keep your eyes on the kingdom. Seek the kingdom first, and all these things will be added unto you. God bless you guys, and I'll talk with you soon.